Hello. I haven't recorded in a very long time, but I'm very excited that it's fall, and so I wanted to do a Samhain reading, and I think I want to see like what messages will come through. So I have picked 3 items to represent the 3 groups that are going to be in this reading, and so if you found this reading, one of these readings is probably for you. Pick which one of these 3 items that you are called to. I'll show them to you, and then I'll also insert a video that shows them a little closer. If you feel drawn to multiple items, there may be multiple messages here for you. So just trust your gut with that. Okay, group 1 is going to be this orange candle. Group 2 will be represented by this red crane, also an incense holder. And group 3 will be this yellow leaf. So yeah, like I said, we'll do a close-up video of these so you can have a little bit more time, feel which one is calling to you. And I'll see you in your groups.
It would be so nice if something would make sense for a change.
What's your name?
Brandy. With 2 E's.
I had a world of my own. Everything would be nonsense.
Okay, group 1. We're going to see what messages are here for you for the Samhain message. I'm going to start with my Halloween tarot deck. It's a really fun one. And yeah, we're just going to see what messages need to come out for my group number 1. Oh, cool. Okay, so there's some pretty cool things happening for you, group number 1. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, how this can basically be summarized. You're moving on from, in the major arcana tarot cards, you've got a progression from this 5 to this 6. The 5 is the Hierophant, the 6 is the Lover's card. So you're moving through different lessons. You're progressing. This one came in reverse because I think it's a thing that you're letting go. So the Hierophant can be like moral teachings, right? Like things that we're taught as a society. Sometimes it can be you that's stepping in as to the teacher. Sometimes it can be you as the student welcoming a teacher, or maybe even challenging, which is how I would take that reversal, that kind of teacher. So whatever methods, ways of living, morals that you were given or that you have been working under have been changing. The environment's been shifting. You've got new knowledge, and so it's taking you to new places. And what it is going to allow you to do with this bottom of the deck card being the Lovers is accept a softer way of living. It seems like whatever values you grew up with were very strict. And you're accepting this that can be there a little bit more nuance. There's room for you to feel romantic about your life, whether or not that involves like literal romance with a partner or not. You deserve to see like beauty in the world. And that's what this Lover's card is really coming in to show you, is that there is beauty to take part of. At the same time, you're also stepping out of a very safe, solitary place that you've built for yourself. Maybe even because you were feeling like the rub against those values, you had to isolate to really figure out how you felt with yourself, how you felt with those different pieces of your social and moral landscape really being shifted and rearranged. That takes a lot of time for that to actually settle in, and you needed to take some alone time to figure out how those pieces would arrange. Now you're stepping out of that alone time and kind of presenting what you've found in your solitude to the people around you. You're coming out as this king of bats, that's king of swords. Um, this is someone who's super intelligent, very logical, very like analytical and well thought out, and like presents a really good argument. It's someone who's really good at communicating, really good at finding solutions with people. Um, but I'd say he's also kind of strict. Um, and so they're kind of saying you're allowed to be as strict with the information you're giving as you want to be. If you want to hold on to some element of strictness from these values that were handed down to you, if you find value in that, you're allowed to keep it. Or if it's the high standards, the analytical, the looking for quality that's part of what you're keeping, whatever aspects of like how you're wanting to communicate your message, whatever your message is, which it seems like it's a personal one, like you've come out with some sort of healing. um you're a different person and you're kind of wanting to show that off. I think you should. um this has come with a little bit of like complicated feelings about yourself, about the person that you are, um, and how you fit into that world. Obviously, if you've torn up a lot of what you were like grown up with or what you've been used to, you can feel kind of displaced. And it seems like for a while you kept getting offers that you didn't want to accept. That it was like whether you were being stubborn or whether they just like weren't the right opportunities. You didn't want to welcome in what was available. You're leaving some of that stubbornness behind now. So there's an amount of uh like letting go and releasing that's been happening for you, that's allowing you to move into that softer lens that we were talking about with that Lovers card. There definitely is a little bit of like fear happening, where you're just kind of holding on really tight to how things are going. Um, but it seems like that control aspect is something that you've been wanting to get rid of, but it's still pretty present there. Um, which I think that'll probably be how we go into a different deck, um, to go through this next message. Yeah, I'll leave these out for now. Because I really like this general message that they've got coming out for you, saying that the things that you've been learning about yourself and about the world have been really valuable. And they've been changing some things for you. And it's okay to let those things change. And so that bit that you're still afraid, we're going to look at, because I think it's important to really see who's holding you back, who inside of you is holding you back. Yeah, because otherwise this is looking really nice for you right now. Like you're growing, you're changing, you're releasing the things that were holding you back, uh, especially like from other people and from those like longer term things. You've definitely spent like the time soul searching that you've needed to. So where's the fear coming from? Oh. Okay, well, you're a little bit of afraid of a good thing. Um, this has got the vibe of like what will my life be for if I fix my struggles? Um, if I remove these current problems that have been very defining parts of my existence, what will that mean about me if I accept a new kind of problem? That seems like a big theme in that fear, is like Like for so long you were so caught up on what you didn't have and why you didn't have it that you didn't even see um like what you could want, what a world that you're choosing looks like. Um so I gotta say it looks pretty good. I think this way of choosing nicer for yourself, choosing softer, choosing um more welcoming is it's gonna go really well for you. You've got this open door, and it's a door that you kicked open, actually. Sometimes this can be a door that other people open for you and give to you, but you've got both of it. I think, like, so it seems like a big piece of this fear is, well, what if I get some of what I want and then can't handle it and like lose it? And then I know like a greater love or a greater, um, it's like a bigger height to fall from, is I think a little bit of what the fear is. Even if you like, because these are opportunities that you're creating from your own, like, your own love of your own life, um and for the things that make your life worth it, and for the things that make living worth it, and that make loving worth it, because that's your goal right now. Even if things mess up, and like if you do fall from that bigger height, you'll know how to get further. This is a thing that you're creating, so even if you mess it up, you're still going to be creating. I think if this reading is for you, you're getting what I'm saying, even though it's a little abstract. Um, you've made it. You've made it once. You can make it again. That'll be how it'll go. Um, and I think this kind of finish line type thinking that at some point you'll be done, that at some point you'll be there and not have to come back to this drawing board where you're rearranging things. I think that's a little bit of a um it's not a belief that's been helping you. Because it locks you into thinking like, well, I'm not there yet. I'm not to that like happily ever after, that actual end place that I want to get to. I'm not there yet. And it entirely robs you of the present moment where you're supposed to be collecting beautiful things and reminding yourself of what's beautiful and allowing in wonder and curiosity and um, allowing yourself to be that softer person that welcomes in that softer chapter, because that's your strength. I even like on this strength card the way they've got that little cat. It looks like a little like stuffed animal or little creature that you're carrying with you to get through those tough times. Like you need your little soft thing. It's okay to be a soft person. And in fact, being a soft person will bring in those nice and cozy relationships that you can hold on to. And when you get into those relationships, that thought of like, I don't deserve this, you'll sit in it for a minute and realize that it's not finite. You can you can grow that circle of love and share it with more people by taking part in it. You're not taking away from anyone else's love by taking part in that soft coziness. you're adding to the pot of love available. And when it starts to feel like something that you can like deserve and count on, you're going to make a lot different kinds of choices. This thought of like, what if I lose it all? These are other thoughts that I think will get easier to go through because you'll realize how much there is around to take part in. Your world's getting a lot bigger. Time to let it. Okay, so we've got just a little bit more, and then I think that's like the end of this message. I thought we were going to do all 3 decks, but we're not. I'm just going to end you on a symbol to take you away, to a symbol of alignment to know you're heading the right direction. Some of these are deities you might want to research or reach out to, depending on like how you run your own world and spiritual beliefs. But each of these cards has a message, a little bit of history, and a practice. So I'll make sure to take a picture of the book and add it into the video as well so that you can read more about it if you'd like to. Okay. Sri Yantra. Use sacred geometry to connect to higher inspiration and peace. Okay. So I'll read the message here, and then, like I said, I'll leave a picture in so you can, as you might guess, looking at it, that the practice is tracing or coloring mandalas. But I'll still put it in. The powerful Sri Yantra shows you new ways to use sacred images and meditation to activate the mind and energy field. The easiest way to activate the energy is to allow your eyes to soft focus on the center triangle. And I'll put a picture of this in because I think it'll be helpful. Take in the visual aspects as you expand out from the center to the triangles, circles, petals, and the outer square. Through this practice, you are invited to balance in the right and left sides of the brain and clear the space. From a renewed place of equanimity, new thoughts, clarity, and inspiration can emerge. This card invites you to explore the sacred path for manifesting and creating thoughts in alignment with your desires. And what I'm getting from that is they're really wanting you to slow down and realize how much equilibrium is just present in you. I think forget about like the world at large for a minute and focus on you and your desires. I think that kind of goes with like the Samhain, like witchy New Year. Like we're reaching out um, to your spirit team to see like what will help you like process and get through the mess and to those places that you want your life, to where it's not just something that like you like and you have good people around, but it's like going the direction that you want it to go. And so notice the little places that you already have a bit of it. It seems like especially there's been some like meditative places, whether that's been like while you're walking, while you're listening to music, or literally meditating, where you have been able to find that equilibrium. Seek that out in more places in your life and just see how that ripples out. I hope this was helpful. Okay, hi, group number 2, the red crane. Okay, so we're just gonna see, excuse me, what messages need to come through for you right now, and we'll just go wherever the cards are kind of pushing us this time. Samhain is the Celtic beginning of like Celtic New Year. It also lines up with Diwali, which is the Hindu New Year. Um, and obviously also, well, like mostly lines up, right? They're not the exact same time. And also like the Day of the Dead. So there's a lot of different cultures all over the world that um, celebrate this time of year as like a really like special time to review. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay. Okay. One more then. Okay. Okay, so you've got 3 9s. Um, yeah, pay attention to 9s. Um, they might be a number of alignment for you right now. Um, if that connects with you at all. Um, it's a really interesting time for you right now. I think you've got a lot of like good things going on. Um, but also a lot of ups and downs. I'd say you're definitely processing a lot. Um, and so those depths are still kind of nipping at you a bit. Um, it seems like you also might be a little bit worried about going into the winter. So maybe you've got some like seasonal depression, or just a lot going on where you're starting to feel the weight of everything and it's kind of getting heavy. Um, Next to that, you've got this like abundance is the word they keep wanting me to use. You've had a lot going on. It seems like you've even like not been able to have good connective time with like friends and people you care about because you've had so much going on. Things are moving so fast and it feels like you've got so much to figure out. And so there's just kind of not a lot of time available for everyone. What it's kind of given you is time to look at your own brain. um it's the kind of rest that you would take, the kind of like brain analysis that you get from taking alone time usually, but you're getting it, so maybe you work alone a lot or have a lot of solo projects, but while you're doing those it's allowing you to take on some like big thought pieces that you've been just kind of brewing on. Part of, you might be having a hard time sleeping. um Kind of just getting tossing tossing and turning a bit much. uh you're needing to take care of your environment a little bit more, so whether it's like doing a little bit of tidying before you lay down, or reestablishing some sort of nighttime routine, or maybe even uh getting cozier, so like teas and blankets, and um maybe switching from like politics or doom scrolling to comfort shows, maybe something Halloweeny, but not so scary. Uh, just so that you can have that kind of soothing before you actually go to bed. I think that'll help kind of ease that transition into sleeping a bit more. You're also meant to take part in like the harvest, however that's showing up for you this fall. So whether like you've had a garden, um, and it's time to just make a good meal with your veggies, or if you've had like um, a really fun summer and you want to scrapbook the photos that you have had put together over the last few months. Um, it could also be things where you're like gathering with friends and um, sharing space and time with people. I think is a good way to get connected. So if you can find people who can work next to you without needing to pull you from that interior world so much, those would be really good people to be around right now. People that make it really easy to just be. Um, because it doesn't look like you've got a lot of stamina. So people that make it really hard and you're needing to do a lot of like problem solving just to hang out with them, and maybe hang out with them a little bit less right now and spend more time with people that make it easy. That doesn't have to be a forever thing. Just while you're feeling down yourself, um, keep keep an eye on how much you're giving because it is affecting things. Okay, so I want to look at the next thing we're gonna go to is where this like lack of clarity and kind of feeling down on yourself is coming from. Um, because I think with all of that movement and like things going fast and you just having a lot of, it kind of just feels like the necessity to keep moving forward, um, but that you don't believe in it. And so I'm gonna pull some cards about that and see if there's anything you can do to help yourself like believe in what you've got cooking, that you're going somewhere positive. Queen of Pentacles reversed. She was just out. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So doubling down on hanging out with people who make it easy. Because it seems like you're wanting to have some sort of like connective time with people that actually is meaningful. Because your brain's like going so fast, it's really hard to slow down and like have that time to connect. Um, they're just completely redirecting. Okay, so we're gonna come over to this Temperance card. I really like the Temperance card, and I feel like it gets misunderstood a little bit because a lot of people will pull out the patience for it, like uh, as like one of the keywords, and I really like that attitude. Um, but I think it also kind of gets in the way sometimes. Like, yes, you want to be temperate. Yes, you want to be like generally thoughtful about how you're pursuing actions and stuff. Um, but I really like to think about temperance as um a way to think about your capacity and being patient and realistic about what your capacity is. So there's certain days where you're going to feel really down on yourself, like anyone. Um, but especially like in that setup that we saw, you're like starting to feel really down on yourself. And so on those particular days, your capacity is going to be less. When you're feeling too down on yourself or problems came up or you had to deal with something from the past, uh, your capacity is going to be less. And it's okay to do a smaller version of the tasks you need to do. Like, yeah, you got to get up and get ready for work, but maybe on a perfect day, you're going to do a full like shower and skincare routine and um, makeup and putting like accessories on or anything like that, that would be like the ideal morning routine. But maybe all you have time for or capacity for is to brush your teeth and put on some clean clothes. And that's perfectly fine. You're still going to show up for your day and probably no one will notice. And it won't really have any impact on your day, but you won't have stressed yourself out first thing in the morning. Similarly, you'll have a few days where you wake up early, where you have extra time, where you have a little minute to sweep the floor before you leave, in addition to your like normal ideal routine. There's going to be days where you have too little, there's going to be days when you have more than enough. And temperance is about coming into that patient understanding that you're going to have both ends of the spectrum. And so today, when you're feeling bad and it's worse, take it easy on yourself. Take something off of your plate. Do it a little bit of an easier way. Do a 50% job instead of 100%. And if it'll it seems like a thing that you've not been doing because you want to like be at your best, which is admirable. You want to put your best foot forward. This doesn't have to be something that you share with everyone. This doesn't have to be something that you work out with people and you have to like show your hand and show your weaknesses if that's how it's feeling to you. But coming into that understanding with yourself, what it will do is help you be more realistic. And it seems like there have been some disagreements you've got into with people over your capacity. Where when you're being realistic and saying, I'm not sure I'm going to have energy for that, there's nothing to fight with. You've already told them where you're at. And if they're still fighting you over just where you're at, I think that would be more of like, put those people on the back burner right now until you have more capacity to deal with it. And if they can't understand it, they don't need to hear about it. You don't have to tell everyone everything. It's your information, it's your world. And it's time to make your world a more comfortable place for you to exist in. It's really nice of you that you care so much about other people that you want to make the world nice for them most of the time. But right now, make it comfortable for you. I think that's the main best thing that you could do for yourself is really keep an eye on your own capacity. You absolutely should and can show up for people and hang out with people and do good things for people and donate your time and help out your mom and all of those things. But you also need to fill your own cup. You also need to just have a day to yourself. Have a minute to breathe. Have some time to play a game and not have to worry about what other people are feeling. So with all of that, we're gonna end on one of these auspicious symbol cards. They have just different different deities and different symbols for luck, and we're gonna pull one as like something to keep an eye out for. Maybe someone to get in contact to if that's how you run your world. So let's see what you've got. Okay, cicada. Bugs. Personal changes on the horizon. Listen to the cicada for messages along the way. And I'll put a picture with the like they have a little like history type explanation and a practice with each of these messages. So I'll post a picture of this page. Okay. The chirp of the cicada is a welcome notice of positive transformation. This may be the change that you have been seeking or a renewal of energies that have become stagnant or worn out. The cicada reminds you of the importance of listening to yourself and how you speak about change. Re examining elements from the past may be necessary for inviting yourself to experience a rebirth. Remember that this change may be quick and coincide with the uncovering of deeper truths and long forgotten dreams. Use the symbol of longevity and renewal as a way to shed your old wings and become anew. The cycle of the cicada points to a shift from one way of existing to another in rapid fashion. The symbol invites you to move swiftly, take a chance, invite change, and flourish. Yeah, and that really like just doubled down on like the speed of which things are happening for you right now. Things are moving really quickly. And I know that's been an overwhelming thing, and so it's been hard to stay on top of those emotional things that help you feel better. Um but make sure you're like that that place for you that we were talking about where the world gets to be for and about you sometimes exists needs to be part of this world that you're creating, that you're moving so fast into. So just keep an eye on your capacity and let it come through. Let the fast stuff happen. Take time for people when you can, but I think ultimately just like keep an eye on how you're handling things and invite in that ease. And I think you'll do great. So I hope this is helpful. Okay, group number 3 with the leaf. Yellow leaf. Mm-hmm. I didn't even do the little intro that I did in the other groups, but I'm just pulling cards as a general message to see what the cards want to tell you. Um, for this one, we're just kind of going off of what needs to be said and just kind of letting the Samhain magic take its place. Okay, one more. Oof. Okay. So you're either needing to speak a truth or you recently have spoken up about something. And it's bringing in all the right things that you've needed it to. Uh, this Ace of Bats, Ace of Swords, can be a tricky kind of energy because it's a start. It's usually you having to come to like some sort of truth. This is what I've decided. This is like the thing I need to get off my chest. I have come to the crux of the matter, and I know I need to say this to move on. That's usually what that card is. Sometimes it can be someone bringing you that energy instead of it coming from you. Um, but so as far as starts go, that can be kind of a dramatic one. Sometimes it can be a little cutting, like swords can be. Um, Sometimes it can feel like you were moving too fast with it. Um, but ultimately, it's just that it's justice. It's something that needed to be said. Uh, Especially because you have been stepping up into your own confidence. You've been you've been living in a world that you created with your own willpower. Something where you could let yourself be seen, but not like just to be seen. It seems like you really wanted to do something. Maybe you wanted to write music. Maybe you wanted to build a house. Like whatever like thing you wanted to do, you really stepped into the person you needed to be to get that thing done. And I think before you stepped into it, it felt like something you could never do. A version of you that wouldn't exist, wouldn't be able to like be seen and heard, that it just wouldn't work. And instead, what you found is you easily slotted into that role, that it was like meant for you because it was. Because you were really building off of your own like emotional revelations. Um, and it does seem like there was a little bit of what you've gotten into that uh, you kind of just found yourself there recklessly. It was a little bit of just like impulse and like, oh, okay, I'm seeing that I have something to go off of now. Let me run with it. And so there does seem to be a little bit of like over attachment to what's going on, especially to your luck, and to that kind of divine timing. So that's where I think we want to push a little bit deeper for you. Is let's see, this is the devil card that's out, and that can be about like codependent attachments. It can be about okay, well we'll leave him out, but I was switching decks. About the masks you wear, or like the things you need to cling to keep yourself living in inauthenticity, uh rather than being able to just like be yourself and let things go the way they're gonna go. You decide to be a not you, to get through situations. Sometimes it's necessary, um sometimes it's helpful, but usually it kind of leads you down a path you didn't mean to go down. Um, and it seems like that might have happened a little bit romantically for you. So that's what they're wanting to pull us to. So we'll see. Oh, the anxiety. that's that's an 8, a 17, and an 8. So 3 8s, really. That might be a number of alignment for you. Up there, say. Okay. Okay, so there definitely was some stuff you had to walk away from. It kind of came with an offer of love also. So maybe you had a start and an end happen basically at the same time, or close enough that you weren't over the leaving before you started the new thing. Um, that's kind of happening separate from your individual growth. Um, there, oh, that is a thing that you're needing to do with your intentions, actually. Is it seems like your love life is kind of going a direction. It's going pretty well, like because you were able to let go of that thing that didn't serve you anymore, letting in that thing that is for you. That it seems like it's kind of been a more fun chapter, and something that's it feels surprising, that like, oh, I didn't know that things were nice like this. uh they're really wanting to separate your love life, and especially how you uh, frame success. Um, they want to separate how you frame success from your love life. Um, how your love life is going is not the sum total of who you are. Um, because you've got this personal development project going on at the same time as this love project. And in your love world, things are changing but going really well. It seems like you're going to have them keep going well. And in that personal revelation place, things are going well in a way that you can't really see. You're feeling very anxious about like the person that you are and how things have been changing you. And maybe even though this new love has been exciting, you're kind of running up against ways that it limits you. Um, and that problem shouldn't be pushed away. You're meant to work on these things concurrently. You're meant to be getting the love that you need, even if it's like coming in like not in an everything way. You're not getting like the full romantic package where you're engaged and like getting married. That's not here yet. This is more like you're starting to get to know someone. That is happening at the same time that you are getting to know yourself on a deeper level. And your guides really want you to not confuse getting to know someone else with getting to know you. They don't want you to project yourself onto another person. Um, because the love that you are welcoming in is one of two full cups meeting each other. And so if you project yourself and your problems onto the person that you're pursuing, you're going to start to feel like not you. I really like that the card that came out for you is the Star. This is a card all about hope and healing. And the way that you kind of glow when you let yourself go through those processes. And yes, you will glow and attract the people that you want to attract and bring in that kind of love that you're looking for. It's on its way. You've started that chapter already. But they don't want you to set aside this chapter where you start to like solve those underlying fears of like, what if happens? What if this doesn't go well? Well, you'll still be back here in this hope and healing place. I need a couple more cards. Okay. You're also really needing to get a hold of your own energy. I think that's also why they're kind of wanting to make sure that you feel distinct from the people that you're dating right now. Because a big thing you're meant to do is follow your inspiration when it hits. Right now, you can feel that it's kind of off. You're not quite ready to like rush into things, but you are going to be soon. And they don't want you to have already spent the energy that you need for it. You're currently like setting down burdens and stuff. Be really careful about what things you're picking up. What like burdens and tasks from other people that you're letting yourself pick up. And make sure you're getting the things done that you want to get done. And then go on your date and have a great time. Okay, so I'm going to pull an auspicious symbols lucky card for you. And I think that's it. So let's see. These just have different symbols from a bunch of different like cultures and practices. Some are deities, some are symbols. And we'll just see what thing is coming for you today and take it how it resonates. So there we go. Ganesh. Smooth sailing ahead. All obstacles are being dissolved and released. And I'll put a picture of this in the video also. Ganesh dances in to offer solutions and greetings of success. Long-standing obstacles, slowdowns, and false starts are now being overcome. The joyful energy of this symbol is a signal to go for it. Ganesh offers a resounding yes and promises support by clearing the path. As you prepare for new endeavors, new projects, and renewed interests, consider doing things in an intelligent and thoughtful manner. Call on the excitement of new beginnings and commit to yourself. Ask for specific help where you need it. Accept that knowledge and wisdom are also necessary to manifest your desires. Ganesh offers us the opportunity to learn through his teachings with big ears to listen, big heart to receive, and joyful energy to have fun in the process. It'll all come in how it's supposed to. Your job isn't to control how it comes in. It's to find a way to ride the wave in a way that's a bit more comfortable for you. You don't need to completely redo the person that you are. You don't need a romantic partner to make you feel complete. But you're crafting a boat that you're riding through these waves on, and they really want you to make it one that suits you. I hope this was a helpful message for you.